into their soul. Maka e kaulibikin na self-worthy. Goya sona ka, endo wakamuna tu na abusive parents o abusive father. Au sakawati na mo background, au sakawati na environment no tiko kina, kena ka tolu na substance ko endo wakamuna tu na mayapalata no makasam. Do talago. Na weather pattern manangala ko tiko ko, already tiko sona kina sa affect ka talaga na non the mood swings. Kenda roni den sartunga sarango dua ngana kalilai swing linga isele sare sarango kebal mendangaro natiko me kako ni affecta ki kenda na environment o kama ida kena barua environment baleta na wali na taunuda wali nga sa kata-kata niko kata-kata ona ako kata-kata kina kako ni kata-kata niko alo kata-kata na kata-kata temperature be kako ni terana elom ni sonango na nguna nga ko kata-kata kina sa lako sarangan mo sa kalati kina episode totally wabliko very abusive according to the climate change observers.
When you mentioned that abusive language, it's normal now. It's like makatal tu nabitan lang non normal when they have those kind of swears coming out. Sa kind normal like
pagarita katiko that a lot of people are affected without us realizing. Kenda na naman tiko na mental problem. Niko sa ako, sana, na mental problem. As long as you cannot control the things around you. Tama tigala ko may so, tunrumay, so nakapamala. Kiko lang ko tal na level ya, kimro tutuwan sa tunga. Kimro tutuwan sa tunga. When you are normal, when things are abnormal, you remain normal. Yan ang normal ya. Hindi ko lebu sa kami kenda, wili kina kerao. O kenda sa affecta kitiko, nakakapagato kay tiko na climate change. Waling ako katata sa kata-kata sa total luda. Sa lolo sa liya, sa totolo, our patient level is very less. And our frustration in getting higher and higher. Kung nakakita daw mo sa tabili, ubira na lumenda. Kung daw mo sa toro ng tagas, o kenda niko sa sena. Waling nga, pero maya, ako, tubang. Sinduro ko tuyaya, makailiw. Kembali kita sa nandami sa nga mga maluha, kita sa nanggaro nga nung dambula. Ayaw man so nangauna, ni so na kaya sinindo, ni so na kaya sinibinaka. Sa daw tumbo sa nga na temper sa iloma. Na nung temper sa iloma, tiyong ano mo kasama. Na ilomo, na muna ako sa nalako kinakina ikotuti. Na ilomo, ni ko siko bata kinakaluna, halo tambo, kaya na control tagat ko. Kaya sa kaya, na tumbo ay sa ngo, tumbo ay sa ngo, na may tumbo-tumburi. Yan na muna. Yan na muna na criminal activity sa ato sa tagat nga. E na sa ngayon na control tagaraw. Malala ba? Na temperature sabi sa pressure na humid. Ito na tikon doon na tura nga. Po ko ko na CNN na humidity tubo. Yan na muna kalim na flash flooding. Balta na kata-kata ko sa tubo na kachikulo malangi. Galing miso talimay. May uda tali. Kung nauda ang kito po ka sa uring game B. Ano man na kito tiko may ikululo. Siyang ito ipusapak. Ribolo. Naudaw na no ay ipritalspak sa ato naudaw leka wala nga. Stop sarangan na gito. Stop sarangan na gito. Kito man nga gito sa kito yato sarangan na mo to ka. Baka nga nakalunga kami. Do lakon do divisa ramay ber na kuribolo. Sarang gito outreach. Ni gito undambe sarangan lo mo to ka na kinambisi ni udang ko. O kito sinikla ni stop sarangan na gito iloma. Kembali kenda sa nanggagaraw ni tiko turana marama terbunong ko nelewa sa nga niyato mga pinabunuan da tiko kina siya nga adorara basar to nga sa non daru itabi nga men daru gagaraw ni to nga nangaw na keve nga buna ba matawale ke tubu mayo na ta ruru ke tubu mayo ta na ruru ke ro tubu ro ko takina rangone ruru bal na bi tubu yaki do tu ne bi tubu yaki na ososa ni daw kali-kali baki, daw kali-kali baki. Ebe itubo yaki na uwa may takali. Asar nga, kembali sa sindo na petan, sa sindo na petan. Sa sinyado nga kinawa. Sa ito talaga nga, ko matakiyaw. Nasiga pinagani ko. Nindo itubo may kalak. Iko mo sa tonga pamalo, ruru. Megay kilay ko nga. Au kila ni saya tu ko magalim. So mi kenda, ito bi ko na matiningalo. Sinibe buke. Iko smile tu nga, mo sa tonga pamalo. Kuni ko sa ngalusara, kuni ko alokat, kuni ko sa ngalusara this side to the far left, o tiya ko sara to the far right. Siya nga, toka nga na manuha ilo mo doon. Posta ka bang malu ruruna, weekend to na ruruta, Weekend raw, tiko, bagay ni raw sa tumro na kawarna ni ka, na kambas ka tupleka. Na toa, lawdag na pusi, takit na pusi, na kana.
I think it's patience as well. And there's a lot you can talk about why those things happen, because it can be the trust you have for each other, and when that is betrayed, it takes you to another level. You know, you always ask yourself, why that small thing and why you're so worked up? Because of something, you know, that you break. And especially so for husband and wife, the trust that you have for each other. When that is betrayed, I don't know about others, but for me, when that is betrayed, that's it. You know, it's like there's no use for that relationship. Because the trust you had once, it's no longer there. And it's different the way we handle it. So some of us, we go through that and we don't want anything to do with that, anything. And some of us, we bottle it, and then everything and every time something come up, you're always resorting back to what it is. So there is a lot of contributing factor. Not only the substance, not only the climate change, it's the trust you have for each other. It's what you once had, but no longer there. And there's a lot. And then you get carried away with your socializing group, like in your own circle of friends, from work, or from church, or from the community. So when you come home, it's like being reminded of your responsibility. Because when you go out socializing, clubbing, drinking grog, or just hitting one bar to another, and having a good time. But when you come home, then you're faced with realities of your responsibility. And those little things, it creates you to be the person you are. So you hit out, like you don't want to be reminded of your responsibility. That's like you're not ready. Either you're not ready for it, or you're tired of those responsibilities. So you're hardly at home. And the only time you come at home, you create fights and create all these things. And without knowing, it becomes the normal for homes. And even for the children growing up, before they can be quiet, listening into all this abuse happening around them. But as they grow and they come of age, then they start taking sides, and that creates more fights in the family. So there's a lot of abusive relationship that we can say, not only stemming out from the packages that you bring from your previous relationship, but for your current relationship, if it's not handled well. And in all things, try and find that trust. Because I believe once you have that trust towards each other, you'll always value it, and they become the priority in your lives. So wherever you can go socializing, you can go clubbing, but you always have trust, which means you'll always demarcate and draw a line with your other relationship with other people around you, because you value the relationship you have from home. But if you're sharing the relationship from home with any Tom, Dick, and Harry, then expect all those upheavals in the house to happen. I'm just blessed. I have a lot of, like my household is male-dominated. All our grandchildren, they are mostly male. The only girl that is running around the house is Leikila. My other two granddaughters, they only come in the weekend home. So it's sort of like male-dominated. But I'm really blessed with the fact that you don't hear fights, you don't hear abuse, you don't hear them, yelling at each other. And I'm blessed with it. I'm blessed with that atmosphere, that they're able to control themselves, that they're able to live normal, considering the age group that they're in. Like they are in their 19, supposedly 18, 17, 18, and 16. For you to expect all those things to happen. But, it becomes a normal. Well, you can hear the background music. This is the music for their dining room. Faithfully, they can off it. But other than that, well, except the fact we have some boom boom music happening at our background for this morning.
Yeah, we are talking about what is affecting abuse and maybe a change of attitude, character. But we have one solution that we always share at the end of our sharing. But when we come to terms with what's happening around us, it's always good to sit back, check where we can correct ourselves, check where we can discuss with people around us, check the time we can sit together as family as a devotion for us Christian, especially dinner time, family talk. Sometimes a good time to talk is when we cook, when we prepare together. That's a beautiful time of having conversation when we cook together, or when we have meal together, or devotion together. Those are the times.
It's like
it's beautiful.
Our Sunday atmosphere at home. Our Sunday atmosphere at home. After the church service in the morning, everybody to the kitchen. And if you're having the service again in the afternoon, then it's bread, cutting off the long loaves, and making your own, like tomatoes or whatever that you want to throw inside that bread. And other than that, if you have nothing happening in the evening or in the afternoon, then it's cooking for us. Whatever it is, it's like all hands on deck. And by the time you eat, little time is spent on the eating, but more time on the preparation. That brings that bonding.
Yeah, I see that's the most beautiful part of our Sunday.
Yeah.
Apart from the church service and God part, I see that's the most wonderful time for our family. For me, just to sit there and see you people all doing this and doing that, to me, that's the most beautiful part. After service finish at 12, and just sit there. Sometimes you come to the kitchen and just taking up the space, so I have to go. I never peel the potato and I don't wash the dish, so I might as well go and sit there.
Is it ready? So, and then you have the little ones, the little girls parading from one end to another. El Nekela, big bossy.
And complaining about everybody blocking her. But those, to me, those are the most beautiful part of Sundays or family time. When I see people, I mean, you're talking about long loaf on Sunday. Before we came to this ministry, oh, I tell you, Sunday is a Sunday. Ikawakalolo, duruka, gay, na lemseng, vide babi na toa, parade to na delantibeli.
Normal Sunday.
Yeah, normal Sunday.
Sunday feast.
But now it's really changed. I love the bread with butter and then with tomato, lettuce. Gay kebakay little na kesenga just pure tomato and lettuce and butter. And
With the peanut butter and jam, or with Vegemite and jam, or peanut butter with banana. It's beautiful, nice, beautiful, and having the nice long loaf. Oh, nothing beats that. Well. That's for our Sundays and that's for our family. So as you're listening in this morning, it's the beginning of the year. Try and ask yourself how far you have gone. What have you contributed to your family? What have you saved? And also the little things you can do to make a difference for your home. And plan it from the beginning. Plan that you're going to take your family out for the year. I do that every year. Last year we managed to go for a break with our family, the whole family. Even having my daughter and her handsome husband all the way from Germany to join us for that outing as well. So for this year, now I've finished planning for administratively for the church. We have the company that we work in and what it demands. So I'm trying to look for slots and we are discussing it with my family during devotion to tell them this is what the program looks like, this is what the year looks like. We'll try and have one of these events that we can all go together. So while we are doing, otherwise we are also using it as a family bonding time. And try and make that plan. Nobody has the money all the time, but you can create that. You can work towards it. You can save it. If somebody come and bless you with the $10, you can put aside that $10. No, give you $20 to spend. You save $10. Give you $10 and save $5. And all those money, it adds up and helps you with your family outing. I would really strongly recommend. I'm a very strong advocate when it comes to family. Even when we speak to our ministry leaders on every Monday, and I know they're tuning in this morning as well. One thing that I always try and end or start with is family. I'm a very strong advocate when it comes to family. I value my family. I love my family. And for me, life, apart from serving God, because I'm a Christian, apart from doing the things for His kingdom, then my family is priority. Nobody ever takes my family's place in my heart. And everything that I do is family oriented. Whether it's going to be for the ministry or for the company that I work in, it has to be family oriented because I love my family. And I've been doing it for the last few years, and I would like to recommend on this table, on the Family Table Talk, please set aside some undivided attention time and save up for some moment you can take your family out and enjoy moments with each other. We have a lot of people in our office, they do that. They go out, they take their family. We have Jackie and the daughter who always go all the way to America, spend it with her mother, and take a week or two to do that. We have Stanley and his family. They usually come down to the Western Division, taking, making use of their, they have their shares in one of the hotels out here in Nandi, that he always said, okay, I'm going for the week, or I'm going for a few days. I'm going with Sterry with all the children. We're all going down. And sometimes, like, you can be all lying down in the room and staying in the room. They feel so bored, and they are always on their phone. But at least you have a setup that everybody is away from home and together in one place and having each other's attention. So try and work towards achieving that. If you haven't done it for the years of your life, try in 2024 for you to be able to achieve it. But if you have been doing it, well, congratulations. Look out for more opportunities. Go out cruises and other things that you can do for yourself. Yeah.
While we're still on family, for parents, look out on the drugs abuse for young people. And that's something that we cannot turn a blind eye.
Yeah, know the signs.
Yeah.
I don't even know the signs when somebody's doing drugs.
Signs, red eyes, and even the body, you can see in the body, you can see in the eyes, the face. Even you see, if you meet them, the eyes are really not steady. So always on the lookout that the drugs is really affecting our young people. And if people of the intelligence of the police or out there, they share, you will be surprised on how the drugs are penetrating into our community. Our young people can be there, sitting with the family, but they can be a vehicle, and they are, or can be one of those that they really are pushing even on the drugs. Yeah, even in schools, school children are being used. So what we are trying to say, don't think that that the world is 100% around you. No, there are always something that you will. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, and the drug bust that happened in Nandi, that's only the tip in the iceberg. There are a lot of problems already. You talking about substance abuse. I tell you, it's really something that every parent that we must keep on watch with your children when they go to school. Try to pick out anything that is not normal. They start to do. Every time I will hold hands with our grandsons for years. Now we have two. Now we have three. Two in high school and one still in primary school. I always try to look at them in their eyes when they come back. And I'll try to see their behavior. Just be careful. We encouraging us. If you're really worried or careful of your children, you watch over something that try to always look for any sign in the early stage.
It's not that you're trying to find fault in them, but just to be aware. Like when he's saying it this morning, I don't even know the signs. I may have read it, but I don't even know the signs. But if you're a believer and you're a Christian, for me, the best thing you can do is pray with them. Have your devotion. Try and find time in the evening. Like what I always say to our church, if you can't do it every day, you have at least to do it twice a week. Have some time to sit with your family and your children for them to hear you. And not only that, try as much in the morning to pray with them before they go to school, which I would like to thank my husband for doing that. Every morning, like every day, they will not leave the house until they pray in the morning. And sometimes we get carried away in the morning, busy, doing other things in the room. Then you'll hear a knock on the door and they say, we are about to leave. Can we pray? So it becomes normal for them that they will not leave the house until we pray. And I'm talking to you, Christian. There are a lot of things happening around us that we may not control. You're not always with them for you to be able to supervise them. Your only, your only trust can be in God to look after them, and having that and instilling that a conviction in your children's heart by having devotion to talk to them about those things, and by praying, knowing that they need prayers to cover them and to look after them. For us, every little thing is prayer. When we travel to Suva, or as long as we're living Suva, we have a place that we call a prayer point. As long as we are going back to Suva, we have a place that we call prayer point in Nandi. And we have some prayer points for the family. And if they are going to go and play or go for movies, or if they are going before we have our devotion in the evening, and they will come and say, oh, no, that's happening now. And we are going. And I look at the time and I know that they won't be there for devotion. So it's a prayer, like standing prayer before they go out the door. And everything we do is prayer. And I believe it has worked. It has worked for my family. It has worked for my grandsons. I don't go looking out or watching their eyes or trying to check them out to know. I trust the values that I've shared with them. I trust the moment we sit down together in our devotion. I trust the moment that we hold hands and we pray together. I trust that they know what's good for them and they're convicted to make the right decision. So as parents, you have to be careful as well on how you approach these things. Sometimes just because all other children do it, because of your assumptions, maybe you mean well as you ask them, but they can be offended. It's like, I've been keeping clean all this time. I've never even thought about touching that. And now you are telling me, asking me whether I do it. So you have to be very careful in the way that you handle, especially for your grown-up children when they reach their teens. Because they are surrounded with friends that are already in it. So they spend more time with their friends in school than you at home. So the only moment that they have with you, you don't even have that time with them for your devotion. And you don't even have that time for you to pray together. So it becomes a house, not a home. So what about for 2024, you change your house to be the home. And make your home to be home. And a home is everybody talking to each other. A home is we belong to this home, we are family. And a home is you know what's happening in a home. A house can be any other hotel, can be any other accommodation. You come in, place to sleep, have something to eat, you're walking out. There's no connection between the people that are living in the house. But the home, there is a lot of connection. As husband and wife, as mother to child, father to child, or as a family. There's a lot of connection there. So let us work towards 2024 and change our house to be home. And for those of us that are already making home a home, try and make it a little bit better for 2024. Just a little sharing yesterday, like we were going in the car with my two grandchildren. I was sitting with them at the back seat of this car. My youngest granddaughter, she's quick-tempered, and she's very vocal. She speaks her mind out, very vocal. And when we were in the car with her older brother, and we were talking. And as we were talking, the kids, they tease each other. So he said something. And she was standing in between the mother and the father was standing, were driving, at the front seat. And she was standing in the middle there. I was on this side and the brother was on the other side. In an instant, like we're busy talking. And he just said something, then we both laughed. And I just saw this hand swing, punch his face. I said, what happened? She's very short-tempered. Like, she'll talk to, and then after that she said, I don't like what he said. And it doesn't mean when you don't like anything that he says and your hands are flying out. She's very fast with her hand. Her hand will speak first, and after that, then she will explain later. And she does a very good job in explaining herself out. So by the end of her explanation, he becomes, the victim, and not her. And so yesterday we end up laughing. And I said, you must apologize. And I sat her down and I said, look, I want to tell you something. You cannot, fly your hand to anything that you don't like. No, you need to stand back and listen and don't use your hand. If anything you don't like, you explain. The explanation you explain to me, you do that first. You reverse. Not the hand first, you explain first. And if you think that you need to fly your hand, then you fly your hand. But not like this. So yesterday we all end up laughing. Why I'm bringing to this table? And that's what family is. Like you need to know their strength. You need to know their weakness. You need to find time to address it and correct it while it's still small. Because if not, that upbringing makes them define them. They grow up thinking that is correct. So I do that a lot with my grandchildren. I single them out. I take them on the side. And if I say, okay, we're having a meeting. If I tell somebody that we're having a meeting, that grandchild of mine will, his or her mind will be going, okay, what is it? It's like Nana's trying to tell me something. And our meeting with the older brother, we've started from Suva. Yesterday, we finalized our meeting here in this dining room. So I called him and said, our meeting hasn't finished yet. So he came, he sat on the chair, we finished our meeting. Little things that they do. Like this particular grandson of mine, if I ask, because he's always thinking like, I don't want to be a burden. And I can read his mind. He doesn't want to be a burden. Say if we are going, driving out in Suva, and I turn back to them and said, okay, anybody wants to eat anything? Shall we go to McDonald's? The young one will say, okay, I'll have nuggets, please. I'll have all my four there, the two girls, the three girls and him. And yes, me too, me too. And with him, he will look and say, no, it's okay, Nana. I won't have anything. I said, sure. You don't want anything? No, I don't want anything. So we'll drive through. We'll buy the things for the three girls. And as we go out, maybe 30 minutes later, because they're all eating, then he'll pop his head to me, and then he says, Nana, I can eat something. Then I looked to him and I said, I thought you said you don't want to eat anything. Okay. So I can read that. He says that because he doesn't want to be a burden, because he looks at the whole four of them, Nana's buying their food. So he thought he's doing me a favor by saying, it's okay, Nana. So I can read him. And now whenever we go, even if I ask him, he said, no, thank you, I'll still buy it. Because it can be 10 or 20 minutes later, he's asking, Nana, I'm hungry. Can I eat something? So I said, okay, we are going to have a meeting. So I took him on the side at home and I said, look, whenever you say that, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to say it's okay because you're trying to save me from spending extra money because there's a lot of you. But you're not doing me a favor. When you want to eat later, then it makes me think, okay, what am I going to give you because I didn't prepare anything? So if you notice, every time now when you want to eat, I always have something ready. You know why? Because I don't want to take your answer. I'm buying things. So I want to correct that. So I was talking to him and I said, I want to correct that. I want you, if you really want to eat, you say, yes, Nana, I would like that. Or if you're not really, really hungry, and you'll say, I'll still get it, but I will eat later. So yesterday was our final stage of our meeting we had in the dining room. So now, if I'm asking at home, okay, anybody wants me to make their, hot drink, Sonny, you want a Milo? And he'll be looking at me. Before, automatically he'll say, it's okay. Now he's looking at me and I'm saying, remember. Instead of yes, then I would like a Milo. Why I'm sharing this, like when you have a home and you have your family, you will know their behavioral pattern. You will know, them individually, like for your children. For me, it's my grandchildren. And I even know that with my children. I know what all my children want, what their preferences are. Now it's my grandchildren. So when you know all that, it may sound so, like, okay, I don't need that. It's too much to take on. Just by understanding that, then you're creating a home. You are concerned. There may be 7 grandchildren running at the same time in my house, but every individual of them, if they come to me, they will know that I will give them their attention, and they know that I will give them to eat what they like eating. I know each and every one of them, how they eat, what they eat. If they eat fish, I know how they eat their fish. One likes the head, the other one likes the tail, the other one doesn't want to even see the skin, just the flesh. I know all of my grandchildren. So we would like to come to an end of this program just for you to spend a little bit more time for your family, identify their likes and then their dislikes, and allow them to really feel that your home is a home for them. They don't like going out because they feel the love of the house, and the love inside the home is far better than anything the world can offer outside that home. So thank you for joining us. We have about, 8 minutes left. I'll give this time to Gasalevo to share whatever that comes by with everything that we've covered, from the abusive relationship to the package you bring to your relationship, to your current home, and how you can make that better, and how we can strive to have 2024 to be the great year for all of us.
Once again, I'll mention, if you want to keep your marriage, it's a lot of patience and a lot of big heart, because nobody, not even one, is 100%. Along the way, there will be some hiccups here and there. Some people, they know what they're doing. Some people, they don't know what they're doing. So we need two good forgivers and a lot of patience to continue with the relationship. When it comes to family, whatever baggage that you receive, maybe you married a woman that is already have children or a child, or you married a man with children or a child. From the beginning, try to show what's really your intention. If you want to go with that relationship, then you have to go through that relationship. When it comes to family time and family members, it's the most beautiful time. As I said before, it's a cooking time. Number two, it's a dinner time. Number three, it's a devotion time. And the last one is a time that you travel together, the time that you go to town together, time that you in the car together. Those are the time, the beautiful time that your children will always remember.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the attack on our young people, as I said before, the abusive drugs that have been a problem in Fiji today, don't turn a blind eye. No, it's something that you don't go and look into. Look at me. No, it's a sign that it stand out. It stand out like a sore thumb, and can stand out from as early as possible. You can notice that. And that's the time you start to nurture, you start to draw them closer to you and show them the love that it will not be met out there by the people out there, by their friends out there, or even the substance out there. And that is the love in the home.
You know, when you talk about the drugs, the effects of it, like when you take it, what does it do? It's something like when you take hot stuff in drinks.
It's just like it takes you to another level. It takes you that the things that are right will be wrong. It's dangerous, you know. It starts from what we call tobacco and agona. Every step that you take, it takes you to another level. And if you have been taking substance, as human being, you want to go to another level, eh? And that's why
it's no longer giving you
that satisfaction.
So
That's why drugs is, is something that people steal from prison. And sometimes they will look at somebody, and that somebody can be somebody else. No, they can look at their mother, and their mother can be their girlfriend. No, and they look at a horse, and that man can be. It's so dangerous. And what are other substances that we don't realize now that are coming? No? And that's why it's very important for us parents. There are early indicators. Their lips, it's getting change colors, and sometimes even the flicking of their eyes. Baka susuri ba totolo, baka talangay biledaki. Dabital no kini baka sa, uy kutunan sindura ka, sa do talaka sa tunjumay, daran tuna tribu. Sabi dalat titi ko nabital no. Those are some of extreme signs, but there are some early signs. And that's why I said, you don't go and take your son and look at me. No, it's it's something from the side, you observe them. You can only do that when you are concerned about your grandchildren or your children. So we want to encourage you today, not only that for us that we take position in the church, we take position in the community. I believe this is something that drugs, even in the church, in Vanua, rotumanda vital nota kilimunakanda vital nota tu, damimanda kadimawran dorbo, dame dumanda nungunci, just like this. Okay, the vital nota tu, kadimeso erakenandau, gonna effects ni drugs, gonna effects ni kago.
They need to create more awareness on the effects, because when they know the effects, then they will think twice.
When you know the result, then you will think again. It's just like examination. When you have a good result, you will study hard. You can well itu kuning go na kay ko tomengo.
They need to be told more.
And nakango bago si weekend na kenda tiko na korwabiti. Ito na nonda boss e banua, ito nonda boss ba koro. So nang boss kenta sa hapos tunga na turanga, dua na kada vital nota tu. Roto manda, dumanda na singa na. Tara sarana ba tunoa, la tumanda dunungun tingi, la kana kena vital noa. Na vital no sana vibar ramataki. Au wambauta ni Natali taka, kure na tambongone, ni rapakarara mataki na sona kaya, endodonu. Mera pakarara mataki kina. Yo sabong ay runa miniti, karubia katale, na puno binagangoy na naman natin yung hotel ngo, Crown Plaza, the plaza. Not the plaza in Dundee, not the plaza in Lautoka, not in Suva, the Crown Plaza, here in Newtown, in Wailoaloa. Kaya magkamani ngande mo sa ngo, tuwinto ngo, na romandanga may katalo mandanga. Sinti ko kina may katalo mandanga. Na utsala ngo, kito na duri namin, kito li katalaw. Kito na gendo talango na kito na may dabike, na gaita na talo sesan, di na kasarto nga na katalaw. Meron ni karo na barita kina, nakakana binang kaya pagkaroon tagito.
Beautiful service and beautiful place. And yeah, that's a good roundup, a wrap up on the family and the awareness. Just to create that more awareness on the effects of drugs. Yeah. Because once you know the awareness, I believe for most of these children, they do it because they are pressured by their peers or by their friends. Most of them, they go into doing these things without even knowing the effects. And not only that, some of them out of curiosity, are curious to know, okay, if you take that, what happened? And out of their curiosity, once they started, they cannot stop themselves. So they become addiction. It becomes an addiction other than just what it was intended for from the beginning. So let us help our nation. Let us help our family. And let us start doing the little things we can do. We cannot be all out there creating that awareness, but we can start from our home. We can start making our home our home. We can hug our children and tell them, thank you. Don't just wait for them to make an error or wait for them to make mistake and then you start rambling out your swears and your counseling and everything that you dish out at them. But also when they're, doing good and they don't bring any problem to you, take the time. Hug them and say, man, thank you, son. Thank you, Luvengo. Thank you for just being who you are. I'm so grateful. So take the time to, tap their back and say, thank you for being good. And also, if they make wrong decision, have the time to sit and guide them through and correct what they think was right. But with your counseling, will help them come to know the reality of where they are and what are the effects of what they're doing. So on that note, we all love our family. I love my family, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend. It's a time that I can see everybody together and spending more time with them. Yesterday was my time with my two little ones. So today, the bigger boys are going to watch the game, watch their brother play, and they also have their friends, Carlos and Junior here. So I'm looking forward to the evening that we can all have a sit down. And tomorrow, after the church service, then it's like a long drive back to Suva. And in the weekend, I can say to myself, I've done my part. I've provided, something that we can always remember. And I have a one-to-one moment with them. So last night, after talking to my daughter, a very long conversation we have on the phone, and our rooms are just not far apart from each other. But we had a lot to talk about and just talking on the phone. And just when I thought that I'd go to sleep, then my phone rang, my grandson calling from the camp, the rugby camp where he was. So there we go, talk again. And then he says, oh, Nana, our lights out at 10 o'clock. Now it's 9:45. I said, okay, we'll keep on talking until the lights goes off. And like those moments, the moment that you can create, the moment you can have. With your family. You may not be able to see them physically, but if you are divided and staying in a different place because of work or other things that you cannot control, some of them in Australia and New Zealand for this PALM program, and you're here in Fiji, or maybe you're in the islands and they're here in Suva, whichever way it goes. If you don't meet them physically, try and make that connection. There's a lot of things available on your phone that you can make it happen, either on Viber. We are always on Viber. Some of you are on Facebook. So there are a lot of things that you can create for you not to have an excuse that you cannot talk to your family every day. Make it your business to talk to your family every day and create a home in your home and take your home with you and place that importance of your home in your heart, because that will define the person you are. On that note, thank you so much. And also we would like to say thank you to our crew. They are all here from Suva. We have the MPT team, Talaga Simao and all his team coming out in his handsome sons that are here with us. And also we have the MyTV team. We have Anna Ren Chovedi here. And not forgetting the executive media team. We have Nimi and Nemani and all the team that came from Suva. Just to make this happen. and to bring this program to the comfort of your home. And also, if you can hear us just audio and not being able to watch us, we have a team that made it happen. And thank you, Talangasitai, for this morning. And also thank you, Crown Plaza, for this setup. Thank you, Meme, for bringing this setup across. And thank you for the free lattes we've been having on our show this morning. On that note, see you next Saturday at 7:30 a.m.
If you're free this afternoon, see you at Korevolu.
Yeah.
Come and hear the gospel.
Yes.
The most important thing of the most important. The heart of the matter is the heart of the matter. So see you at Korevolu at 3 o'clock. And if you're free tomorrow, at Korevolu again at 8 o'clock. And 10:30, power, God of.
If you have no place to go, or if you're coming to watch the games, if you're going in and you're rushing, fine. You sit inside Princess Park, your ear out. And if your team loses and then you say to yourself, I'm not going to watch this, just come to outside, Korevolu, and finish your Sarangito there. That's why it's called Sarangito Outreach. That's for today. And tomorrow, Power in the Word and God of our Nation. Oh, you will not be disappointed. Come join us. Beautiful items, powerful testimonials. We are looking forward to have you on board with us. If you cannot physically be there, tune in on My TV Facebook and also on the ministry Facebook page. So we're looking forward to provide this service to you. And thank you for joining us.
A family is an epitome of God's love towards mankind. God designed us to live in families, and the Bible reveals that family relationships are important to Him.
But as a believer, do you feel that you are still struggling?
Maybe you're still struggling with your relationship,
Struggling with your finances?
struggling at work,
With your social life?
or with your spiritual life.
We invite you to join us
On our Family Table Talk every Saturday,
at 7:30 a.m. on My TV.
or catch us on our Facebook page.